Negative people. Hello, good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. How are you doing? How are you doing today? The 24th, it's already the 24th of June 2020. Wow. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more days to go before we reach smack middle of the year, July. Well, it's an overcast Sahara dust Wednesday morning in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, remember today is Wednesday, so we have Mr. Wayne Denamore who's going to come on in a short bit. And after Mr. Wayne Denamore, we have a live broadcast for you. And yes, our Millennium Youths are going to be on. I have 2 special guests that's going to be joining me today. You want to hear the voice of the young people? You want to hear how the youth think in Trinidad and Tobago? The only station that you can hear that view on is on the Street 919 FM. We're talking about real hardcore politics, hardcore current affairs, hardcore issues. The only station that have the young people that are giving you their real perspective on things are the Street 919 FM.
Trying to pull me down like them barrels.
All the other radio stations trying their best, but we have it real, as we used to say long time, copacetic.
Just don't have no time for no hip-hop.
So yes, our youth
So no matter what
are
you
going to be with us today.
all I say is shoot.
And trust me, you need to spread the word around because they're going to be hot in this cold building. I think I need to put up the AC because trust me, it's going to be really hot in this building today. Today going to be one of the heated days where the youth talk. I think this is the jump start to the politics and the jump start to the discussion and the jump start to what's really going to be happening here on the Street 919 FM. Trust me, you need to tell somebody that they need to listen. Tell your enemy, your frenemy, your best friend, your Jaji, your Aji, everybody that they need to stay on today for our youth show because the youth program is now going to start to heat up. Real heated, hot discussions today. It's going to be really nice. Trust me. You all are going to enjoy it. I'm going to be Mr. Speaker. I'm going to be the moderator. I'm not even putting in my 2 cents. You know what I'm telling you? Trinidad and Tobago, I'm smiling because I know how hot this program is going to be today. So I'm not even going to be putting in my 2 cents. I'm going to ensure that the radio station doesn't lose its license. And I'm going to make sure that, things are done decency and in order. But trust me, when I tell you Trinidad and Tobago, it is going to be hot in here. It's really going to be hot in here. So you need to be a part of it today. Our youth show, it starts, I believe it's going to be starting at 12. All right, so you can't afford to miss it. You really can't afford to miss this one. I'm telling you, it's really going to be good. All right, so enough about me bragging about the youth show, but I'm telling you, it's really going to be good. It's going to be off the chain. I'm excited about the youth show today. Why? Because I'm telling you, I've anticipated a lot of things, but this one, boy, wow, it's going to be really good. So I want you to spread the word around. And don't forget today. All right, so we're getting ready to go to Mr. Wayne Denamore, and it's something that you need to also, again, Mr. Wayne Denamore program is one that we need to always be aware of. Take note. Make sure you have your notepad, because I'm saying to you that you need to take some notes on some of the issues, some of the health advice that you'll be getting from Mr. Delamore today. You need to have your notepad in hand, and if you need to ask any questions, remember the number to call. All right, so we give you the numbers, which is 466-5391, 466-5391. I'm sure that I'm going to ask him to just allow you all to call in and ask your questions, all right? So, bear with me. All right, so we're getting ready to go for Mr. Wayne Delamore, and today is going to be great. I'm really excited about today, you know. Yeah, I'm really, really excited about today's program. So, stick and stay, Trinidad and Tobago. Stick and stay. Don't touch your dial. All right, stick and stay.
Is a young lady, a hot performer. He was dressed up in woman's clothes.
This was arranged by Sir Frankie McIntosh. This tongue girl Irene from Lavantie, like she get a workers up looking for a string. She don't know about the job, but if you have an ambition, she did a course in as a profession. People say that she had a lecture.
Right, so remember this Friday, we have Lady Wonder and her sister, and they're going to be right here on the street, on Iwer stage. You know, it's kind of separate Iwer stage from the street sometimes, but they're going to be right here on Iwer stage this coming Friday.
Would have been Togo, big wooden Tobago, I report out no. Don't underestimate the forest here is a Trinbago. We might be small, but we got plenty work for us. So, jam the music, jam the music, jam the music. Ding and dang, ding and dang.
Let's talk on the street.
The official station that defends the nation.
This is Wayne Delamore, Head Consultant and Director of Natural Health Solution. With over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy, we specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday right here on the street, 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
Join Wayne Delamore on Wednesdays from 9:15 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. right here on the street, 919 FM.
All right, Trinidad and Tobago, so I have Mr. Delamore online. Let me go straight to him. Hello, good morning, Mr. Delamore. Hello. Hello, morning.
Yes, I'm hearing you clearly now.
All right. All right, so you're live.
Good morning, people of the street, 91.9. You know, sometimes we have these little technical glitches. I want to say morning to all the listeners here on 91.9 The Street. And, of course, this is the voice of Wayne Delamore this morning, so this is not the time to change that dial. Because we have lots to share with you as per usual, as it pertains to our health and well-being, our health, which extends, of course, to our mental consciousness, our sanity, our sense of peace, and of course that spiritual balance. It's all about balance. It's all about homeostasis. And today is no different. It's a beautiful day. We want to thank God for that. This morning we want to chat with you a little bit about diabetes, which is quite common. Many of you have heard and know someone with diabetes. And we want to be discussing with you ways that we can do in a homeopathic approach to deal with the issue of diabetes, all right? And what we can do here at Natural Health Solutions in terms of our early detection protocol and prevention in terms of detecting early signs of diabetes and preventing the onslaught of that in the first place. And let me just remind you that it also extends to children, because what we are seeing right now, which has happened in the last maybe about 3 to 4 years, we are seeing diabetes moving from adult onset disease, which it was previously called. Now it has extended to children, where children are getting diabetes, and we talk about diabetes type 2 this morning primarily. And so that is why we'll discuss on diabetes, as it can be reversed. And I had a lecture just about a month or two ago with some audience dealing with health and wellness, and we had some medical doctors there at that lecture, and a number of them agreed with me that the issue of diabetes type 2 can be reversed. Now, the word reverse, of course, suggests that it did not have it in the first place. So this does not talk about type 1 diabetes, which is in most cases that you are born with, right? But in the area of type 2 diabetes, we know for a fact, and it has been proven both, in medical science journals and etc., that type 2 diabetes is a lifestyle disease. What do I mean by lifestyle? It means that the style of your eating, the style of your, your environment, which includes stresses on you, stresses on the body, that causes diabetes to come on. Now, if it is, this is my logic behind it, and it has been proven in science. If lifestyle is what caused the disease, then lifestyle can reverse it. And so at Natural Health Solution, we have seen it happen with us, and it happens not unique with us, but it happens all over the world every day, where people are able to reverse the conditions of diabetes. And of course, that is primarily because of the fact that once you change your lifestyle, we can change that. Now, what we have been seeing locally a lot, and we see that different ethnic groups have different issues with different illnesses. And I want to touch on that today. All right? Now, we know diabetes is very, very high, but the people who are its highest amount is the people who are eating a lot of flour and a lot of oil. Now, the latest data we have gotten from the Statistical Office, CSO, all right, is that within our East Indian community, we find that diabetes is actually a lot higher. And that is primarily because it's not a genetic problem. What it is that based on cultural things, you eat a lot of oils. And as I mentioned sometime before, while sugar is bad for you, oil is the real culprit of diabetes, because it corrupts the gut and it prevents the uptake of oxygen in the cells. So your gut becomes really, really corrupted, where you have issues of poor digestion, malabsorption, and because of that, you have that damage with that communication, of course, with the pancreas and with the brain and stuff like that. That is the main reason of diabetes coming on, the oils and by extension the flour. So if it is, listeners, if it is you're eating things like doubles, you're eating like things like roti, whatever you eat, and you're eating a lot of oils and flour, you're going to be one of the casualties of diabetes and even heart disease because of the way you eat. Again, on the other side of the token, what we have observed with Afro males in particular in Trinidad and Tobago is that you have a slightly higher increase in prostate problem. All right? And again, that has to do with the way that we eat certain foods that we're not supposed to be that we're eating, that is causing this slightly high increase in prostate problems and prostate cancer. So while it is both diabetes and prostate problems are universal, it is high in certain groups, again, based on the eating patterns. Now, at Natural Solutions, we do a lot of research and we understand that. So again, what we have done, we have put together a really good protocol in making adjustments in the way that we eat. Now, people, listen to me this morning. We pay for our disease with our own money. It means, therefore, because of lack of knowledge or ignorance, we go to the grocery store and we purchase things that we like. You see, many of us have become slaves to our taste buds. And our taste buds have been tainted from from when you've been a child. And I've seen a lot of parents doing that over and over again. You would notice that children, they're growing up 1 year old, a couple of months or 2 years, they will pick up a piece of carrot. They will pick up a carrot and they'll eat it. They will pick up cucumbers and they'll eat it. They will pick up broccoli and they will eat it. And I'm talking about raw. They will eat it raw. They will take bush and they will eat it raw. And the reason for that is because their taste buds have not been tainted. And we, the adults, not knowing better, we kind of squinch our face and say, oh, how come they eat that? How could you just pick up this raw bhaji and just eat it like that, or the pak choy? And children and babies do that all the time. Now, remove that from their hands, which is something they're eating raw foods that their body could identify, and you put a lollipop in their mouth instead. I've even seen this with pediatricians, people who are trained to see about children. So they go and they get the inoculation and the injections and what have you, and as a comfort, the doctor, the practitioner, hands them a lollipop or a sweetie. That is insanity when you really think about, when you understand nutrition, all right? Because you're putting sweet in their system where their body will, what sweet does, what these syrups and things does, it creates that chemical in dopamine rush in the body, and they become very addictive to sweet, all right? So their taste buds are tainted from the area of their child, from their infant. And that is tainted by us adults. For example, let me give you an example how this is a serious issue. There have never been an animal that have been detected of having degenerative disease or lifestyle disease in the wild. So what I'm saying to you, a wolf, whatever it is, whatever animal, a dog in the wild would have not died from diabetes or cancer or heart disease, all right? Animals, only domesticated animals die from things like diabetes, and they become blind, and they become deaf, and they have cancers and tumors in the body. Only domesticated animals have these things. That is a scientific fact. So only when us humans eating the wrong foods, we're not eating according to what was assigned to us if we go back to the Bible. Because we are eating all over the place and we're eating things that our digestive system is not designed to digest. For example, there are animals who would, of course, eat meat. But these animals, many of them have several stomachs. All right? They have more than one, more than two, more than three, more than four. And so their digestive system is designed to break down these tough meats and, the different things that they eat. Our system is not like that. We have one stomach. We don't have several. We have one gut. We have one of the large intestine. We have one of the small intestines. And it is very sensitive. It's a very robust apparatus in terms of breaking down foods. But I can tell you categorically that it's a very sensitive system, and that is the cause of many of the health challenges that we have today, people. It lies in the gut. And when I say the gut, I'm not talking about the stomach. The stomach is not in the belly area. I'm talking about those tubes, those small and large intestines, which is very, very, very long. All right? And many times that people are having problems because there isn't the how should I say, these involuntary muscles cannot move because the system is dry. What I call cellular dehydration. All right? And the system is very dry. So you don't have these involuntary muscles causing contractions. We call it peristalsis. You don't have that peristalsis happening. The system is very dry, all right, because you're not drinking enough water. Water is something which is so critical. And I tell people, oftentimes when you feel thirsty, or you feel hungry rather, it is not food your body is lacking or it is yearning for. Oftentimes it's yearning for water. And if you were to drink water, that hunger will actually go away. 'All right? All right? So you're feeling hungry, but it's not really food you'd want. It's water. And if you were to drink water, that hunger will actually go away. 'All right? So you're feeling hungry, but it's not really food you'd want. It's water. And if you were to drink water, that hunger will actually go away. 'All right? So you're feeling hungry, but it's not really food you'd want. It's water. And water is critical in this whole process. So we are dehydrated. And people, you need to do some deep breathing exercises. Again, these are techniques we offer at Natural Health Solutions, because if you're not getting sufficient oxygen, all right, you're not getting sufficient oxygen, you're not eating the right foods that will help oxygen uptake into the cells, you're going to have some serious problems. So most of these oils that you buy in the grocery store, and I'm going to mention it on air right now, but certainly we're going to have that information for you at the clinic, that you need to avoid these oils that you're using and these oily foods that you have become in love with is causing irreparable damage in the system. All right? It's starving your cells of vital oxygen and hydration. And this is one of the reasons when we look at people from the blood perspective with our proven HemoView tests, you find that the blood is always very sticky. It's always very sticky. It's coagulating. You know, you're having issues like blood clots, and the viscosity of the blood becomes so thick that you're having problems. The blood cannot flow as it wants. Even to the brain, it cannot supply the brain with sufficient oxygen and nutrients. And as a result of that, you're having memory problems. You're having gaps in memory. And what this does, brain cells begin to die. And as brain cells begin to die, it does not regenerate as it's supposed to. And this is one of the biggest cause of things like dementia and Alzheimer's that's taking place right now, together with other foods that will drift the body in that direction. So it all starts from the gut, people. I'm telling you, there is a definite connection between the gut and the brain. A lot of problems we're having now with neurological problems has to do with that connection with the gut. And the fact that you're not having, your digestion is not working properly. There's no sufficient enzymes to break down the foods. You know, your probiotics is depleted because of what you're eating. And sweets can do that to you. So let's get back to what the oils can do. All right? So if it is you're eating oily foods, if it is I can go to the grocery store and I can literally tell you what type of health challenges your family will have by what you're putting in your food basket. And if you're buying a sack of flour and a keg of oil on a monthly basis for your family, it is known that diabetes and heart disease will be part of your family. If you're using tremendous amount of dairy and cheese and stuff like that, it is known that you're going to, apart from respiratory problems, cancer and stuff like that, because these things form mucus and it clogs up all the membranes, it clogs up all your filters, your kidney, your lungs, your liver, all those filters in your body is clogged up. So you're going to have a serious problem with systemic inflammation and other things comes up, when you eat like that. So based on what you eat, somebody who's trained in nutrition like myself can tell exactly what's going on with you. So it all boils down to what you eat. Of course, these are the three main reasons people get sick: what you eat, stress factors, of course, dealing with stress on a daily basis, not being able to manage emotional stress, and of course, the environment. Those are your three factors. What we are saying to you people is that we can switch around those three factors. We can make adjustments in all three and reverse many of those health challenges and sickness that there is today. If those are what cause the problem, we can use those factors in reverse to heal those factors. Remember, it is not me, as a practitioner, that is curing the body or healing the body. I'm not professing to you this morning that we are offering any cure. What we are saying, with the adjustment of those three factors, the stress factors, the environmental factors, and the way that you eat, I'm saying to you, the body is able, which has been proven scientifically, to reverse all these conditions. People. We have seen it over and over again. But in particular, what we have done, we have put together a protocol to help persons with diabetes. Now, of course, we don't encourage persons to alter their medications. What we do is, as your vitals begin to improve, because what you're going to see happening, we're going to have you in a strict protocol in testing your blood sugar at least twice a day, and your blood pressure, because pressure, it comes along, it comes like bim and bam. And as your vitals begin to improve, your medical practitioner, because we work along with your medical practitioner, should suggest that you reduce your medication as your vitals begin to improve. Because remember, the medication is there to help your body do what it can no longer do. What we are saying is as our body begins to, as we create that balance with nutrition, we will give you special minerals, special nutrition, and certain type of powerful antioxidants and certain minerals that will begin to create a balance in the body. And of course, with the change of eating, you're going to see your vitals start to normalize. And if vitals normalize, your medical practitioner should reduce your intake of those medications, thereby weaning yourself off of medication. We have had a number of people who have reached a point where they are no longer taking these medications because, why? Your body is able to deal with that. And some people say it's impossible to happen. But it balances the whole body, your endocrine system, because we know diabetes has an effect on the endocrine system. But for those of you who are practitioners, even the endocrine system begins to balance with the right foods. And these foods are not just there in terms of eating the right thing, you know. What they do, they have special enzymes activity, certain type of activity in the body that creates balance. It creates what we call homeostasis. Once the body is balanced, it will heal itself, people, I'm telling you. And this has been proven over and over again. So this morning, this is our focus, is diabetes. And of course, we continue to have that special for our fathers. You know, fathers are very, very special. We got to big up the fathers, and I know Father's Day have just gone Sunday, but we want to acknowledge all fathers out there and to take up the mantle. And we have so many good fathers out there, so many good fathers. The men have been getting the short end of the stick when coming to recognition and their important roles. But we want to big up all the fathers out there. Their roles are so vitally important. All right? And having said that, we want to extend until the end of the month those gifts for fathers. Now, you can get a gift certificate for your father, all right? Because the whole month is Father's Month. And if, let's say, you're not able to come for one of our assessments, you can get a gift certificate and enjoy that special 20% discount we have for fathers. Now, this discount, you can actually use any one of our assessment if it's a HemoView, which is our blood profiling, or you can do